Hello and welcome to another 7 Minutes in Control with Rob Allen. We're at episode 11 and I am joined today by Dave Bohlmann of KMC, the VP of Technology. And this is, as you can see if you've been paying attention, we're doing the series with KMC because they totally rocked our socks off and brought us some really neat stuff. And one of the most intriguing was this router that we're going to talk about. Really think it's neat stuff, and the thing that we liked about it is the price point. And we think it can be a really viable solution to a lot of our contractor base. And so why don't you tell us a little bit about this router and what's its capabilities?
Well, we nicknamed it a single port router in that there's just one MSTP port. You also have Ethernet connectivity. Actually, MSTP is over here. And then you have Ethernet connectivity as well. So we support two BACnet over IP networks and BACnet over Ethernet at the same time as MSTP. So we have two different modes for the router that you can use it for. It can be just a regular BACnet router. It gets powered off of 24 volts AC with that. It's a DIN rail or panel mount in that case. And as a BACnet router, it does all the wonderful BACnet routing stuff, and it also has a BACnet device that's reported in there, so that way you can see it on the network as well. And then besides MSTP, it'll do BACnet, like I said, BACnet IP, and that means it will do BBMD or foreign device for that. Also then the other mode is what we call the technician mode, where you can use it as a translator from USB to BACnet Ethernet. So you plug in your USB cable between this and your PC, it will get the power and communication through that same cable, and then it will act more as a bridge rather than a router, so you can get to your network temporarily that way.
Very cool. Now, one thing that you guys said that went a little bit over my head is that this could somehow free up your supervisor controller. You're doing a lot of the logic and stuff in this, I understand? Or?
Yeah, since it's a BACnet router, it can, we don't do any caching or anything of points in there. It's just strictly a router. So we can support all up to 127 devices on the MSTP trunk. And then that way it can free up the processing that you might have for a JACE that's in your system. So it doesn't have to, you wouldn't have to have a BACnet MSTP driver on your JACE, or since it's doing a lot of the MSTP token passing, it can free up the processing on the JACE, and you might not have to, buy a 7, you can buy a 6.
Yeah. So traditionally, people are buying routers to convert some protocol to IP so they can pull into a JACE for integration purposes. You're saying this might be a good tool just to, obviously save a little bit of money with your front-end supervisor.
Yes, and since it's small and that you can, the idea is the sooner you can convert your network traffic into IP, usually the better. So you can put this closer to your MSTP devices and then just connect up to it through your Ethernet infrastructure, and away you go.
So you're saying that IP may even be a better protocol to use than RS-45. Wow, really neat stuff. And it's green. So, I mean, that's got to make it awesome somehow, right?
Yeah, right. No, greens. We like our green. So
yeah, I like it too. It's really neat stuff. No, that's really cool. And I really selling a heck of a lot of these things.
The other thing we've added in there is, besides the routing capability, is the diagnostics capability. Some simple diagnostics. A lot of times people have trouble with the MSTP network. So we have it has a built-in web server, so you can connect up to it. That web server is HTML5, so you can scale it to match your phone or a tablet and that. And with the diagnostics, it will tell you if you have duplicate MAC addresses, or if there's somebody that's controllers that are talking correctly or some that are not, and it's in a nice graphical interface. You can readily see what's going on.
So are you using a tool to actually make those graphics, or how?
No, that's based just on the HTML file built into the router.
You guys have really made it so easy. I mean, all the different stuff. I mean, it's amazing what all you guys have rolled out and what all we're going to be able to do with it. So, really cool. Well, that's awesome. Very thorough. You got something else? More?
No, well, no. Just okay. It's going to be fun to see it working for everybody.
Yeah.
And save a lot of headaches like that.
Absolutely. And super neat stuff. I can't thank you enough. We're going to get out and start selling this stuff for you. So Dave, thanks so much. Good job.
Thanks.
Really appreciate you. This is another 7 Minutes of Control with Rob Allen, episode 11. Thank you so much.